Welcome to the Birmingham NEC, where today we're here for the agricultural show. So impressed with the Farming Simulator 2012, we've decided to jump ship completely and go and play with tractors. Not really, we're off for Surgery Simulator 2013. There's got an Oculus Rift in there and we're wanting to operate on the Team Fortress guys. In there we have the greatest of the indie games from Tengami to Rezzed, sat next to PlanetSide 2 and Total War 2. But enough about this, let's get in and play some games. We're here with Olivier from 7 and his game Ethan Meteor Hunter. Could you tell us a quick snippet about your game?
So Ethan Meteor Hunter is a puzzle platformer where you control a rat with strange power, which is telekinesis, meaning that he can pose the game around and move blocks, so that helps solving puzzles, getting through some platforms, etc. So it's really physics-based, and I think you did enjoy it, right?
We did enjoy it, yes. I think we possibly, well, I'd like to say the game is hard, but I think it's more on ineptitude that strugglers more than anything else. So how did this rat come about to have this telekinesis power?
Well, the story is about he had some meteorites crashing his house and he got touched by one of these, giving him the superpower. I know it's a very strong story, but we focus more on gameplay rather than saving on presets.
I think it's a good approach.
Yeah.
And from what we've seen so far, it's been working very well.
Thank you very much.
How far through development are you?
We're now in beta phase, so hopefully within a couple of months it should be out on PC and then PS3. We're also aiming for Mac and Linux release next year because we have to port our engine, so it's gonna take time. So sorry about that, guys, but
quality takes time.
Exactly. We want to do things right, so hopefully it should be good.
Fantastic. And you're on green light now on Steam.
Exactly. Please vote for us. Please vote for us.
If you see what you like, head to Steam now and vote for us.
Yes. And if you go on the page, you can have a try on the early alpha demo. And if you know your Konami code, you have an extra level.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Elvin.
Well, thank you.
Stefan from Greenfly with Quick Draw. First of all, fantastic fun. What made you come up with the idea?
Right, so for Quick Draw, it actually got started with the Global Game Jam. So the theme was hearts, and so I wanted to recreate some kind of the tense moments of it as well. So you start getting, you know, whenever you watch a Wild West movie, your heart rate starts really increasing. So about 3 AM on the last night, somebody mentioned it looked like a gun, and so we actually started messing about. Then about 30 minutes later, Quick Draw was born.
Fantastic. So was that always with the PlayStation Move in mind, or has it just evolved from there?
I was with the PlayStation Move in mind. I'm a big fan of a game called Giant Sebastian Joust, which is used for the PS Moves. And the great thing about this, it's actually all very visual. You're not having to use you do have audio cues, but by having it visually, a lot of people keep an eye on what's going on as well, as you can see. So it's really easy for them to recognise it.
Fantastic. We've seen it moved away from just Quick Draw to there's tag games. How many variations have you got?
Right, so you've got 2 games here. So you've got Quick Draw and you've got Glow Tag. Quick Draw is 2 to 7 players, and it's like a homage to Wild West movies and stuff like that. So everybody stands in a circle, and then when you hear the music playing, when you hear the gunshots, everybody lifts up and then points at the person they don't like the most, and then they fire. The Glow Tag is completely different. That one, everybody puts it in their back pocket with the trigger pointing outwards, and one person will light up, and then so they got to try and keep it on as long as possible.
Got to try to hide it from the rest of them.
Exactly, yeah. Now everybody else is going to be trying to hit the trigger, so you get this situation where everybody's jumping on top of you, trying to grab, and then you don't realise it's you until it's the last second.
This must wear you out by the end of the day. The game's so physical.
Yes, it gets very tiring, especially when it's just me demoing as well. So,
so just today and tomorrow, then you can have a nice rest on Monday.
Yes, that's exactly the point. Yeah.
So what platforms are we expecting this to come out on?
Right, so we're going to be expecting to have it on PC, Mac, PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4.
Oh, 4 as well?
Yes, 4 as well. So I mean, Sony's been very kind. We're really keen to have it, so we'll want to get on there as well. The great thing about having it on PC and Mac as well is that you can take it anywhere. So we've taken it off to a library over in Copenhagen. We've taken it to the House of Parliament over here in London as well. So wide variety of places.
Travel game in effect as well then?
Yes, it is. You could play it on a train, but I don't know how well they're going to take that.
So when is it expecting to be released?
We're looking for October time for PC, Mac and PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 4 version would obviously depend on it actually coming out first. Yeah.
Fantastic. Stefan, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much. Cheers.
Cool. Cheers. Thank you very much. This for me is one of the surprises of the day, as it's come as tucked away in the indie arcade, sponsored by Sega. And at first it looks like it's a Geometry Wars-esque clone, but actually it's a bit cleverer than that. Not only has it got really nice controls, do that again. It's not only got really nice controls where you can move it around with your finger, sliding around, but to actually destroy your enemies you have to circle. You can probably see the little lines going around the outside. So you can't just stay still and move out of the way, you've actually got to do laps. And as with Geometry Wars and like, you've got to try and thread your way through the crowd, but ensuring that you get that little star to do full 360s to make them go pop. It's really quite Moorish. There was a queue earlier for this as everyone insisted on trying to get their final scores. And whilst the ship not being under your finger is a bit disconcerting at times, you can really thread your way through, and it's surprisingly intuitive. I love the art as well. It almost reminds me of, if anyone remembers Rude Dog and the Dweebs from the 80s.
A dog, that is.
Pretty good.
I love the bright pixel art, half 8-bit, half just sheer random. Now I would like to say I did get 48, so any signs of the scores here are, it's getting complicated now as we've got two different things that have to go different ways round. I have to go clockwise for the greens, but then anti-clockwise for the yellows. Yeah. And for the larger ones I'm going to go multiple times round. Thread the needle, or just run away.
It's like this, it's ready when it's ready.
We're here on the Red Shirt stand, and with the designer, creator, producer, pretty much everything on the credits, I think.
This is my game Red Shirt, for which I've done all the design and programming, and not the art, that was outsourced, so it's the music. But so I've been working on this for 2 years pretty much, and this is my first time sharing it publicly, which has been really nerve-wracking and strange and surreal, but also really good.
Has it gone down well then? I guess it must be quite nervous putting it out there to see what everyone thinks.
Yeah, it's been exhausting, certainly. It's had good feedback, which it's really weird when you've been working on the project for so long in isolation, pretty much.
Yeah.
To go to suddenly sharing all these people and members of the public. I've had some really encouraging feedback, so I'm pleased.
Fantastic. I mean, it's a fantastic concept. It's I think I describe it as Facebook on Starship Enterprise. Is that?
That is pretty much the concept. Yeah, it's a little bit. I like to think of it as The Sims meets Facebook meets Star Trek. That's like a good sort of roundup of all the angles at which I'm coming from this. So it's basically a game about being the most insignificant person on this future space station, where nobody knows you, and you start off with a really rubbish job as a transporter accident cleanup technician, and
sounds a messy one.
Yeah, somebody's going to do it, you know. And you're basically trying to use social networks, use Facebook, which is what everyone's obsessed with, to try and social network your way up the career ladder.
So smooth your way up to captain, effectively.
Well, I mean, the highest ranking job you can have on the station is as the commander of the system, not the commander itself, because that's not that kind of game. It's a game
I guess it would take a lot of smoothing to get them to resign.
I suppose, yeah. But I mean, I like to think this game is kind of a humorous, like Disney Garden fantasy almost. And it's weirdly like, I feel like it's very like British in humour. It's in like a very self-deprecating way. And you know, it definitely takes inspiration from things like Rezzed, I guess. You know, just because I'm a big sci-fi nerd, and you know, I just really like that concept of you know how social media change the way we interact with each other. Sort of, yeah, I've always liked games like this, and so just sort of merging all of those different broad concepts together.
So I guess after 2 years in the plaything, how long do you reckon you've got to release it?
So I mean, it's definitely close now. So I'm just sort of doing a load of testing. You know, today is an example of me doing a load of testing basically, and also just bug fixing. And so I'm hoping to release sometime this summer, in the next couple of months.
Fantastic. So it looks like it's on PC and iPad. Is that right?
Yeah, it's going to be released simultaneously on PC, Mac, and iPad.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So we're here with Revenge of the Sunfish 2 and Jacob.
Yeah, so Jacob.
I was wondering if you could tell us a bit about Sunfish 2. Where did the inspiration come from for these the games?
Well, some of it comes from some dreams that I had. I had this dream about a video game, and I was trying to make it like that, exactly like that dream.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of other inspirations as well. Like for a while, I was trying to design games without thinking about it. Like, you know how when you're talking on the phone, if you ever do some sketches with a pen, like
almost absent-mindedly coming out inspiration.
Yeah, I was doing that for quite a long time, and I got some things came out of it, like just experimenting, and then I started working on it differently. For a while, I was just doing animations and putting them together and like building levels around animations and artwork, and I've gone around making the game in a lot of different ways, so it's hard to explain. Yeah.
So how many different types of games are there in total? Because it seems to swaps every minute or so.
Well, there's 300 levels in the demo. However, I mean, some of them have got similar gameplay, like some of them are platformers and stuff. There's a few games in it that I think are really original. Like there's one where you're this face and you have to there's like little balls floating around and you have to make them become part of the face and
absorb them in.
Yeah, absorb them in. I'm not sure exactly how many different types of gameplay. There's obviously a few.
Yeah.
There's one where you're on a bicycle and like it's got some physics, and if you don't land correctly on the right angle, you fall off and stuff. It's like a bicycle accident simulator. I'm trying to come up with some original stuff. So.
Fantastic. And do I take it the artwork's all yours as well?
Yes, the artwork's all mine.
So multi-talented, but if you had to choose one, which you prefer doing, the software, the design, or the art?
It's a tough call. I really do enjoy doing the artwork, but I also enjoy actually coming up with the ideas and like planning new games, thinking up new ideas. Maybe that's the thing I like the most, but it's hard to say. And I really enjoy doing the music as well.
Oh.
I composed 1,000 songs for the game. I mean, I'm saying 1,000 MIDI tunes, so not exactly songs, but because I wanted it to have a different song every time you play. So the way I was going to set it up is some levels play a random one song out of like say 100.
So there's variety even in the music as we go through it as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic. So when is this coming out? How far along the development process are you?
I'd say I'm about 90% close to completion. This festival's been really great in a lot of ways, but one of the good things that I think's come out of it is I've really been trying hard to finish it. And like this is the second demo I've released. I had another, shown at a festival. I had one demo at as part of Melbourne Fringe Festival, but this demo is much closer to being the final game and closer to my vision for how Revenge of the Sunfish should be. Because this is the sequel to Sunfish 1,
yes.
And in my mind, Sunfish 1 didn't meet my own expectations, but I felt like it just sort of scratched the surface of what I wanted to convey. And
so this is digging far deeper into your vision than your mind.
My subconscious, so that's what it's about.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Well, nice talking to you.
Sebastian, do you have it?
Yes, I found him.
Then secure the neural pathway.
Give me a moment.
Get hold of him. Don't you dare lose him again.
I can see him. I just can't get a lock on him.
We're here with OJ and James from the game Ether 1, and how's the game been to go for you so far this weekend?
It's been going down well. I mean, surprisingly, we've got queues for the Oculus, and everyone's really enjoying the game, so it's a good feeling, definitely.
Fantastic. Are you getting some good UR from it at all?
Yeah, like people, at least we're getting quite good feedback and stuff, but for the most part, people are liking it. And, some people are getting a little sick, but so far, with the Oculus, it's all fine.
Yeah, I've seen a few people walk away a bit queasy.
Yeah, one guy actually got off the Oculus and kind of got up and just walked away that. I was really scared that he was actually going to
Depends on your tolerance, I guess, definitely.
Have you found that with many people, or is it just the odd one?
I'd say in terms of how we've integrated the Rift, and definitely takes a lot of the sickness away with the kind of where you look, that's where you go. But some people generally, like James, he can't handle it. If you get sick on a roller coaster, chances are you get sick on the Rift.
So how do you develop it? Have you just got to use flat screens all the time?
See, when we're the artists, right? So when we implement art or something and we want to look at it in Oculus, generally OJ does it because I can't really use it for too long. But the rest of the studio is pretty fine with it. It's only me really, and then people seem to have been okay. It's only been a small 10% that haven't really been able to play around with it. When we originally put it on, we had a bit of motion blur and stuff because we were just developing the 2D version, and that was really bad.
Yeah, it was literally to a point that you wanted to go in a direction and you'd go that way and you would just feel really sick. But for me now, with the new integration and with the community online, just everyone's helping each other out. If they found a way of doing something cool, everyone else is aware of it, and especially being an environment artist, being able to walk around a place that you're building and judge how you can do things, it's a really cool tool.
I mean, the one thing I found is I was a bit sceptical of the Rift before joining, and then you just find the immersion takes over. You find it so in, so I can see how that
straight away.
It's incredible technology.
Yeah. And I think it really brings around how important sound is. Once you're immersed in that world, if the sound is all around you as well and brings that in, it just heightens the experience.
I mean, the really cool thing as well is it's really easy to implement. We're using UDK, and it's almost like plug and go. You have to tweak a few values and stuff so that it's not too to make it motion sick, but it's really easy to implement. It's really quick for developers.
Is it the kind of limited? Do you have to run at 60 frames a second, or is it anything?
No, not as far as we know. We just plugged it in, tweaked a few values, and we're good to go. Really good.
Superb. Of course, it's not just about the Oculus Rift. How's the game coming along in general?
Well, we were greenlit last week, which was really cool. Yeah, that was a big weight off our shoulders, being able to sell our game somewhere. Just being here is massive for us. I mean, a year ago, we couldn't really picture this, and it's nice to see people appreciate our game because we get people interested. People really enjoying what we're doing. It's a great feeling. But in terms of development, it's going really well at the moment, and just really crunching away at it.
Superb. So when can we expect to see it, and where can we expect to see it?
We can expect it
Q4
2013. We're kind of hoping for to finish around between September and October, but that can always either way.
This year, but we want to put a finished product out. We want to put something out there that we know is good. We don't want to just rush it because we don't need to rush it because we're independent. We don't have developers or publishers behind our back, so we just really create something cool.
That is a great attitude to have.
Yeah.
OJ, James, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good luck for the rest of the game.
Cheers, mate.
And so ends our first and only day at Rezzed. I think what was telling was the big AAA games were hidden away in an 18 only section, but no one cared. The whole floor was dedicated to the indie games and they thrived on it. Speak to all the devs there, they had some great user feedback, had great reports for it, and it was a job well done by all. So hopefully it sticks around in Birmingham next year. But that's for us. Next stop, Cologne.